Welcome back to EngloPod, the podcast where you build confidence and shape your future.
Oh, I am so happy that you are here today. We're going to talk about a very famous person.
Yes, he is. Oh, he's very famous. He's one of the richest people in the entire world.
He started his business in a small garage, a tiny garage, and now his company is it's everywhere.
It really is in almost every country.
You probably use his company every week. I mean, maybe you even used it today.
That is very, very likely. Today, we are talking about the life of Jeff Bezos.
And his company, Amazon.
Yes, Amazon.
I use Amazon all the time. I buy books. I buy, gifts for my mother.
Food, even.
Yes, food.
Yeah.
And I watch movies on Amazon. It's a huge part of my life.
It is huge. So our mission today is pretty simple. We want to learn about Jeff Bezos. We want to understand his life and how he built this massive business.
But we have a second mission too, right?
We do. Our second mission is to practice English together. We know that English can be difficult, especially when people speak very fast.
Exactly. Fast speakers are hard to understand. So today we will speak slowly.
And we will speak very clearly.
And if you hear a big word or a difficult word, please do not worry.
We will stop. We'll explain it. We're here to learn together.
Exactly. So just relax, listen, and let's start the story.
Okay, let's go. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. When was Jeff Bezos born?
Jeff Bezos was born in 1964.
1964, okay. And where was he born?
He was born in the United States,
Yeah.
in a city called Albuquerque in New Mexico.
New Mexico. That's in the southwest of the U.S., right? I think it's very hot and dry there.
Yes, it's a desert area. But Jeff's start in life, it wasn't easy. It was actually quite difficult.
Oh, why was it difficult?
Well, it was because of his parents. His mother, her name is Jacqueline, was very, very young.
How young are we talking?
She was a high school student, only 17 years old when she had Jeff.
Wow. 17.
Yeah.
She was just a teenager herself.
Yes. And being a mother at 17 is very, very hard. And there was another problem. His biological father was not there.
Biological father, what does that mean?
Good question. His biological father is the man who is his father by blood, but he left the family. He wasn't around.
Oh, that's really sad. So his mother, Jacqueline, she was 17 with a new baby, and she was all alone.
For a little while, yes. But the story gets better.
Oh, good. I like happy stories. What happened next?
When Jeff was a toddler, so a very small baby, just learning to walk, his mother met a wonderful man. His name was Mike Bezos.
Mike Bezos, okay.
And Mike was not from America. He was from Cuba. He was an immigrant.
Okay, let's pause there. That word immigrant, what does it mean?
An immigrant is a person who moves to a new country to live. So Mike was born in Cuba, but he came to the United States for a new life.
Got it. So Mike was a Cuban American, and was he a good person?
He was a wonderful person. He fell in love with Jacqueline, and he loved her baby, Jeff, very much. They got married. And then Mike adopted Jeff.
Adopted. That feels like a very important word. Can you explain what adopted means?
Yes, absolutely. To adopt a child means you legally make that child part of your family. So Mike was not the biological father.
Not the father by blood.
Correct. But he signed legal papers. He became Jeff's father by law. And, more importantly, he became Jeff's father by love.
That's a beautiful way to put it. So that's why Jeff's last name is Bezos.
Exactly. Before, his name wasn't Bezos. After Mike adopted him, he became Jeff Bezos.
And does Jeff know all this? That Mike isn't his biological father?
Oh, yes, he knows. But for him, it doesn't matter at all. He loves Mike very, very much. He calls Mike his real father.
I love that. You know, it teaches us a lesson, doesn't it?
What's the lesson, do you think?
That family is about love. It's
Yeah.
not just about biology. Mike chose to be a father.
That's so true. And Mike was a great example for Jeff. He worked incredibly hard and became an engineer at a big company.
So Jeff grew up seeing his father work hard every day.
Yes. Now, let's talk a bit about Jeff as a child. What kind of boy was he?
Was he a normal kid? Did he like playing sports?
Not really. He wasn't very interested in sports. He was just a very, very smart boy. And he was incredibly curious.
Curious. Curious. I like that word. What does it mean to be curious?
Curious means you always want to know how things work. You ask a lot of questions. You ask why. You want to learn everything.
Ah, I think I'm a curious person then. I'm always asking you questions.
And that's a wonderful thing. Jeff was very curious. Actually, let me tell you a funny story about him as a baby.
Oh, a baby story. Yes, please.
So Jeff was a toddler, and he was sleeping in a crib.
A crib. That's the special bed for babies with the high sides, the bars, so they don't fall out.
Exactly that. Well, Jeff did not like his crib. He was tired of it. He wanted to sleep in a real bed like a big boy.
So what did he do? Did he just cry for his mom?
No, he didn't cry. He found a screwdriver.
A screwdriver, you mean the tool?
Yes, the metal tool you use for fixing things. He was only 3 years old. But he took that screwdriver and he tried to take his crib apart. He was trying to unscrew all the screws.
No way. At 3 years old. That's incredible.
It is. He was trying to solve his own problem, to change his situation.
That shows he was not just smart, but also very determined.
And very curious, right? He wanted to see how the bed was put together.
Were there other people who taught him things?
Yes. His grandfather was a huge influence. Every summer, Jeff would go to his grandfather's ranch in Texas.
A ranch. That's a very big farm with cows and horses, right?
Yes, a huge farm. And it was really in the middle of nowhere, very far from any city.
So what did Jeff do there? Just relax.
Not at all. He worked. His grandfather always gave him jobs to do. They had to fix everything themselves.
Themselves? Why couldn't they just call someone to fix things?
They were too far away. If a tractor broke, they had to fix it. If a machine stopped working, they had to figure out why and fix it.
So he really learned how to work with his hands.
He did. And he learned a very important skill. He learned how to be resourceful.
Resourceful. That's a new word for me. Can we break that one down?
Of course. Being resourceful means you can solve problems using whatever you have around you.
So you don't have the perfect tool or a lot of money.
Right. But you use your brain. You think creatively. You find a way to fix the problem anyway.
Okay, let me see if I understand. Let's say I want to hang a picture on the wall,
Okay.
but I don't have a hammer. So I look around and I find a heavy book, and I use the book to carefully tap the nail into the wall. Is that being resourceful?
Yes. That is a perfect example. You had a problem, you used what you had, and you solved it. You're being resourceful.
I get it now. So the ranch taught Jeff to be resourceful.
It taught him that almost any problem can be solved if you just think hard enough.
That seems like a very good lesson for someone who wants to start a business.
Maybe the most important lesson.
So he was clearly smart at home. What about at school?
Oh, yes. He was always the top student. He loved science, he loved math, and he especially loved computers.
I heard a story that he once built an alarm for his bedroom. Is that true?
It is absolutely true. Jeff has a younger brother and sister. And, he wanted some privacy. He didn't want them coming into his room.
I can understand that. Brothers and sisters can be a little annoying sometimes.
So he built his own electric alarm. If his brother or sister tried to open his door, beep, a loud noise would go off.
And he made this himself.
Yep. He went to a store, bought the parts and put it all together. Little engineer.
He sounds like a true genius.
He was a very, very good student. So good that in high school, he was the valedictorian.
Valedictorian. That sounds like a very important word.
It just means he was the #1 student, the best student in the entire school.
And the valedictorian has to give a speech at graduation, right?
That's right. When everyone graduates, that person gives a speech. Most students, they talk about their friends or their memories.
But not Jeff. What did he talk about?
He talked about space.
Space. As in the moon and the stars and planets.
Exactly. He stood up and told everyone his dream was to build colonies in space for humans to live.
Wow. That is a very big dream for a high school student.
It really is. It shows that even as a teenager, he was thinking about the future, about huge ideas.
So after high school, I assume he went to a good university.
He did. He went to Princeton University.
Princeton. That's one of the most famous universities in America. Very hard to get into.
Yes, it is. He studied what he loved, computers and engineering.
That makes perfect sense.
After he graduated, he got a very good job. He moved to New York City to work on Wall Street.
Wall Street, I know that name. That's the center of all the money in business in America.
Correct. Jeff worked in finance.
Okay, another big word, finance. What is that?
Finance is the business of money. So working with banks, with the stock market, it's all about investing and growing money.
Was Jeff good at his job in finance?
He was amazing at it, so smart. His company promoted him again and again. He made a lot of money.
He had a very high salary.
A very high salary, yes. Let's explain that word.
A salary is the money your company pays you for your work, usually every month or every year.
That's it, exactly. And Jeff's salary was very, very high.
So let's picture this. It's 1994. Jeff is about 30 years old. He has a fantastic job, a huge salary. He's married to his wife, Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Life seems perfect.
Yes. From the outside, life was perfect. It was safe, comfortable. But Jeff wasn't satisfied.
Really? Why not?
Because he saw something new happening in the world. He saw the internet.
The internet. But in 1994, the internet was so small, not many people used it.
It was small, but it was growing. And this is key. Jeff read a report that said internet use was growing by over 2,000% a year.
Wow. That's like a rocket taking off.
It was. And Jeff, being so smart, he saw a huge opportunity, a chance to build a new kind of store, an online store.
Online shopping.
Exactly, buying things on your computer. Today, it's completely normal. But back then, in 1994, it sounded like a crazy idea.
What did he want to sell online?
He actually made a list of 20 different products, things like clothes, software, but in the end, he chose books.
Books. Why books? Why not something else?
Well, it was a very strategic choice. Think about a normal bookstore in a city.
Okay, I'm thinking of one.
How many different books can it have? Maybe 20,000? 50,000.
Doesn't like that yet.
But how many books exist in the whole world?
Oh, millions and millions.
Exactly. A physical store is too small to hold all of them. But a website, an online store, it can list millions of books. He wanted to create the Earth's biggest bookstore.
That is so smart. And I guess books are easy to put in a box and mail.
They are. They're usually the same shape. They're strong. They don't break easily. It was the perfect product to start with.
So Jeff has this brilliant idea, but he has a really big problem.
And what's that?
His job. His great, safe, high-paying job. If he wants to start this new company, he has to quit.
Yes. And this is the moment of the big decision. He had to take a risk.
Risk. R-I-S-K. Let's talk about that word. Risk.
A risk is when you do something that might be dangerous or something that might fail. You could win big, but you could also lose everything.
Like starting a new business. It's a huge risk.
It is. In fact, his boss at the time told him, Jeff, this is a crazy idea. You have a great career here. Don't throw it all away.
But Jeff had a different way of thinking about it. He used what he called the regret minimization framework.
That sounds very complicated. Can you explain it in a simple way? I can. Jeff imagined himself as an old man, 80 years old, looking back on his life.
Okay, so he's thinking about his past.
And he asked himself a question. In the future, when I'm 80, will I regret trying to build this company even if it fails?
And what was his answer?
The answer was no. He knew he would not regret trying. He would be proud that he tried.
Well, what if he didn't try? What if he stayed in his safe job?
He knew that if he didn't try, he would always wonder, what if? And that feeling is called regret.
Regret. It's that sad feeling you have about something you didn't do in the past.
Exactly. Jeff decided he was more scared of regret than he was of failing, so he took the risk.
He was very brave. So what was the first step?
He walked into his boss's office and quit his job. Then he and his wife, Mackenzie, packed up their car and drove all the way across America from New York to Seattle.
Why did they choose Seattle?
Because at that time, Seattle was a big technology city. A lot of smart computer programmers lived there, and Microsoft was there.
So did they rent a big, fancy office for their new company?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
They rented a small house, and they started the entire company in the garage.
The garage, the place where you park your car.
That's the one. It was not fancy. It was cold and probably a little bit dirty.
Can you just imagine? One day you're a rich executive on Wall Street in a suit, the next you're in a cold garage.
And they didn't even have money for proper desks. Jeff bought some cheap wooden doors from a hardware store.
Doors.
Yes. And he put some legs on them. They used doors as their desks.
That is being very resourceful.
Yes. You're using the vocabulary. He was being very resourceful to save money.
But they still needed money to start the business. Who gave them money?
His parents, Mike and Jacqueline Bezos.
Wow. They gave him their life savings.
A lot of it, yes. A very large amount of money.
Did they? Did they even understand what the internet was?
Not really. His father, Mike, literally asked him, what's the internet?
So if they didn't understand the business, why did they give him the money?
Because they believed in their son.
Yeah.
Mike later said, we weren't investing in Amazon, we were investing in Jeff.
That's amazing. That's real trust.
So in 1995, Amazon.com went online.
Was it an instant success? Were they rich overnight?
No. It was a struggle. It was very hard work. They worked incredibly long hours.
Who packed all the books into boxes?
In the beginning, Jeff and his first few employees did. They would get down on their hands and knees on the hard floor to pack the boxes.
I read that their knees started to hurt really badly.
They did, and Jeff said, I have an idea. We should all buy knee pads.
And what did the employees say?
One of them said, no, Jeff, we should buy packing tables.
That's so funny. They were learning as they were going.
Yes, but the company grew very, very fast. People loved the idea of buying books online.
But then something bad happened. The year 2000. The dot-com bubble.
Yes. We should definitely explain what a bubble is in business.
Okay, I can do this one. Imagine you are blowing a bottle with soap. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then suddenly, POP, it's gone.
That is a perfect explanation. In the late 1990s, everyone was starting an internet company. They were called dot-coms. The value of these companies went up and up like a bubble.
And then, in the year 2000, the bubble popped.
It did. The stock market crashed. Hundreds of internet companies lost all their money. They just disappeared. They died.
That must have been a very scary time. I'm sure people thought Amazon would die too.
Oh, yes. The news reporters, the business experts, they all said, Amazon is finished. The value of the company went down so much.
Did Jeff panic?
No, he stayed calm. He was very patient.
Patient, P-A-T-I-E-N-T. What does it mean to be patient?
Being patient means you can wait without getting angry or worried. You stay calm and trust that things will get better.
So Jeff told everyone to just relax.
He did. He said, look at the business. People are still buying books. Our company is healthy. We just need to wait. And he was right. Amazon survived.
So Amazon survived the crash. But Jeff had a much bigger vision. He didn't want to be just a bookstore.
No. His dream was to build the everything store.
So first books, then music CDs, then movies, then toys, then electronics.
He wanted to sell absolutely everything, but that's a problem. It's impossible for one company to buy and store everything in the world.
So what was his solution? He created a marketplace.
Exactly, a marketplace. The
Yeah.
best way to think about it is like a big shopping mall.
Okay, a shopping mall has lots of different separate stores inside one building.
Right. And Amazon became an online mall. Jeff invited other businesses to sell their products on the Amazon website.
Wait, really? So if I own a small shop that sells, say, shoes, I can sell my shoes on Amazon.com?
Yes, that's called being a third-party seller.
That's brilliant.
It is. Because now Amazon doesn't have to buy all the shoes. You own the shoes, you sell them, and Amazon just takes a small amount of money for each sale.
That must have helped Amazon grow incredibly fast.
It did. Now let's talk about the inventions. The technology that really changed everything.
Okay, there are 4 big ones we should talk about. What's number 1?
Number 1 is one-click buying.
One click. What was the problem that this solved?
Well, before this invention, buying something online was slow. You had to fill out a long form. Your name, your address, your
Huh?
credit card number.
Ugh, I hate filling out those forms.
Exactly. Jeff wanted to make it convenient.
Convenient. That means easy and fast, right?
Yes. Convenient means it saves you time and effort. He wanted shopping to be easy.
So he created a button.
A magic button. It says, buy now with one click. Amazon already has your information saved. You just click the button one time and boom, the item is bought.
That's dangerous. It makes it too easy to spend money.
It is very dangerous for our wallets. But it was genius for Amazon. People bought so many more things because it was just so convenient.
Okay, so that was invention number 1. What's number 2?
Amazon Prime.
Ah, Prime. I have Amazon Prime. I pay a fee every year.
It's a membership club. And what's the best part of being a Prime member?
All easy. The shipping.
Yes, shipping. And let's explain that. Shipping is the process of sending the box from the company to your house.
Right. And before Prime, shipping was slow. You might wait a week or 2 weeks, and you had to pay money for it.
With Prime, shipping is free, and it's so fast. 2 days, sometimes even 1 day.
It's true. Jeff understood that people hate waiting, so he made it fast. Now, I don't even think about going to a real store. I just order on Amazon because it's faster.
It totally changed our shopping habits. Okay, invention number 3. This is about hardware. The Kindle and Alexa.
The Kindle, that's the electronic book reader.
It is. Jeff looked at physical books and thought, they're great, but they're heavy. What if I could put 1,000 books in your hand? So he and his team built the Kindle.
And Alexa, the little speaker you talk to. Alexa, play some music.
Yes, the voice assistant. These inventions are important because they show that Amazon is not just a store. It is a high-tech company. They invent new things.
Okay, now for the last one. And I think this is the most difficult one to understand. AWS.
AWS, which stands for Amazon Web Services.
This is a really big part of their business, but it's confusing. Can you explain it simply?
I will try. Let's use an analogy. Let's think about building a house.
Okay, I'm thinking about a house.
If you want a place to live, you can build your own house. But that is very expensive, right? You have to buy
Yeah.
the land, the wood, the bricks.
Yes, it costs a lot of money and takes a lot of time.
Correct. But there is an easier option. You can rent an apartment.
Renting is much easier. I just pay some money every month. Someone else owns the building.
Exactly. Now, think about AWS as renting an apartment, but for computers.
I'm still a little confused. How do you rent a computer?
Okay, let's say you want to start a new website, maybe a video website like Netflix. You need huge, powerful computers to store all those movies.
Right. And I don't have millions of dollars to buy those huge computers.
Exactly. So Amazon buys them. Amazon builds the giant apartment building full of thousands of powerful computers.
And my company can just rent some space on them.
Yes. You pay Amazon a fee every month, and you can use their powerful computers over the internet. This is called cloud computing.
Ah. So when people say their data is in the cloud, it's really just on Amazon's big computers.
Or Google's or Microsoft's. But yes, the cloud is really just someone else's computer that you are renting.
Does Amazon make a lot of money from this?
This is the amazing part. AWS makes the most money for Amazon, more than all the books and shoes and toys they sell. AWS is the real engine of the company.
I never would have guessed. I thought they were just a store, but they're also a giant computer rental company.
They are. It shows how Jeff Bezos thinks.
Let's talk about that. His philosophy, his rules for business.
He has a few very important ones. The first one is customer obsession.
Obsession. That's a strong word. It means you think about something all the time.
That's right. Jeff says you should wake up every morning thinking about the customer, not about your competition.
So he wants to make the customer happy.
He wants to give you low prices, a big selection of things to buy, and fast, easy shipping. If the customer is happy, the business will be successful.
Okay, what's his second rule?
Long-term thinking. Basically, be patient.
We talked about this before. He's okay with waiting for a long time.
For many, many years, Amazon did not make any profit.
Profit. Let's define that. Profit is the money a business has left after it pays all of its bills.
Right, and Amazon didn't have any profit for years. They spent all the money they made on building bigger warehouses and buying robots.
I bet a lot of people were worried. They said, Amazon is losing money? This is a bad company.
They did. But Jeff said, just wait. Be patient. We are building for the future. And now, today, they make billions and billions of dollars in profit.
So, customer obsession, long-term thinking. There's one more famous one.
Yeah.
Day one.
Yes. Jeff always says it is always day one at Amazon.
But the company is almost 30 years old. How can it be day one?
It's a mindset. It's a way of thinking. Think about your first day at a new job or your first day of school.
Okay. On the first day, I feel excited, maybe a little nervous, full of energy. I want to learn and do a great job.
Exactly. That is day one energy. You're hungry and you move fast.
So what is day two?
According to Jeff, day two is spacious, followed by irrelevance, followed by excruciating, painful decline, followed by death.
Wow, that's intense.
Day two is when a company gets old and slow and lazy. It thinks it's the best, so it stops trying, it stops innovating, it stops taking risks.
So day one is a philosophy that means never get comfortable, always stay hungry.
Always act like a small new company, even when you are a big old company.
That's great advice for life, too. For learning English, every day should be day one.
That's a perfect way to think about it. Keep that excitement.
So let's talk about today. Jeff Bezos isn't the CEO of Amazon anymore. What is he doing with his time now?
He is working on his oldest dream, the one he talked about in his high school graduation speech.
Space.
Space. He started his own rocket company called Blue Origin.
Blue Origin. And what is their goal?
They build rockets to send people and things into space.
Is this just for fun? Because he wants to be an astronaut.
It's much more than that. Jeff is very worried about the future of the Earth.
The Earth definitely has some problems.
Yes, we have pollution.
Pollution. That's things like dirty air from factories or dirty water.
Right. Jeff's big idea is this. Heavy industry, the big factories that create a lot of pollution, should not be on Earth. We should move them into space.
Move the factories
Yes.
to space.
Yes. Build things in space.
Correct.
Generate energy in space. And keep Earth clean and beautiful.
He wants Earth to be like a beautiful park or garden for people to live.
Exactly. It's a very big, long-term vision.
And did Jeff get to go to space himself?
He did. In 2021, he put on a blue astronaut suit, got inside his own Blue Origin rocket, and flew to the edge of space.
That must have been an incredible experience, seeing our planet from up there.
He said it changed how he sees the world. He said he saw how small and fragile our Earth is.
Now that he is so wealthy, is he giving his money away?
He is. He started something called the Bezos Earth Fund. He is giving $10 billion to it.
$10 billion. What is that money used for?
It's to help fight climate change.
Climate change. That's the idea that the Earth is slowly getting hotter because of pollution.
Yes. The money goes to scientists and organizations who are working to protect nature and solve this problem.
That's good to hear. What about his personal life, his family? We talked about his wife, Mackenzie.
Yes. Mackenzie and Jeff were married for 25 years. They built Amazon together from the garage up, but sadly, in 2019, they got divorced.
Divorce is always sad.
It is. But they said they're still friends. They have 4 children together, and Jeff says his family is the most important thing to him.
He said that business success is great, but love and relationships are more important.
Yes. It's a good reminder that even the richest people in the world are still human beings.
Wow. We have really covered a lot of ground today. From a baby taking apart his crib to a man flying in a rocket.
It's an incredible American story.
So let's try to summarize. What are the big lessons we can learn from the life of Jeff Bezos?
I think there are 4 main lessons. Lesson number 1 would be start small.
Yes, he started in a garage. He used doors for desks. You don't need to be perfect to start, just start.
Lesson number 2, take risks.
We learned that word, risk. He quit his safe, comfortable job to follow a crazy idea. He wasn't afraid to fail.
Lesson number 3, be patient.
I like this one. Success doesn't happen overnight. Amazon lost money for many years, but Jeff had a long-term plan and he waited.
And finally, lesson number 4, be resourceful.
Yes, use what you have to solve problems. If you don't have a table, use a door. Think creatively.
Exactly right.
Jeff Bezos had a dream, and you, listening right now, you have a dream too.
It's true. Maybe your dream is to get a better job. Maybe it's to travel. Maybe it's simply to speak English with confidence.
English is a tool. It's like a screwdriver or a computer. It's a tool that can help you build your dream, whatever it is.
So keep practicing. Don't give up. Be patient with yourself.
Before we go, let's do a quick review of our new words. I'll say the word, and you give us the simple meaning one more time.
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready.
first word. Resourceful.
Resourceful means you're good at solving problems using whatever you have available.
Next one?
Risk. A risk is a chance you take knowing that you might fail.
Okay. How about patient?
Patient is being able to wait for a long time without getting upset or worried.
And our last one. Curious.
Curious is when you want to learn about everything. You ask a lot of questions.
I hope all of you stay curious. And I hope you continue to learn with us.
You are all doing a fantastic job. Just listening to this is great practice.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. We will be back very soon with a new story.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care.
See you next time on EngloPod.